Good evening, folks, and welcome to Cooking with Dan Leslie. My name is Janet Rabasardi-Hoff. I will be your host this evening in Dan's kitchen with Dan.
Hey, gang.
Hey, how are you?
Let's get this show over with.
Oh, no.
Yes. Well, I'm not feeling well, and just to
Yeah.
prove that to you, this is Thursday, and I'm not even going to bother going and playing in our golf hat today.
No.
Yes, if you can
Oh,
believe that
no.
one. Dan's
You
got
are
the
really
heebie-jeebies
ill.
here. I don't know what it is. Don't get too close to
Oh.
me. But, yeah, we'll get through it.
We'll try to get through it.
Yeah, it's not like I gave up drinking for a few days or anything like that. I got the shakes
God.
or something, so it's got to be something. It's not drinking, and I haven't, and I'm missing the golf thing today. So we'll just.
Oh, gosh, I can't believe that.
This will be kind of a boring
That's
show,
depressing.
but you never know.
We'll try to make it interesting.
I was thinking about those. We were talking about those bumper stickers yesterday. They had. You know how they had the driver of the truck, or my other car is, you know what, also
Oh,
a
yeah,
piece of
yeah.
caca, or don't
Right.
like my drive-in. You know, people were bringing these up, you know, and we're sitting around and don't like my drive-in. Dial 1-800-EAT caca, you know, this kind of thing. Then my one brother chirps up with what had to be the best one. I haven't seen this yet. It's some big chick had this on the back of some big Bombolero car, and it said, "I gave up sex, drugs, and alcohol. It was the worst 15 minutes of my life."
15 minutes.
Oh boy, I'm telling
God,
you.
that's
So
good.
I guess enough of that. Are we gonna cook anything?
Well, you're still in rare form. That's good.
Oh,
That's
that
good.
was funny. I tell you what, I thought that was pretty doggone good.
Yeah, lots of good stuff here. I see some clams. Now
Little
they're
seafood.
slightly open, I know.
Yes, I got them out of the East River this morning. No, actually, I just shucked them a little bit. I want them. They take a little longer to open
Okay.
than the other stuff. If I waited, put all the seafood in, and waited for the clams to open, the other seafood would be overcooked.
Okay.
So I'm just going to reverse it a little bit and put the clams in last. So, you know, just pop them open a little bit, and it works out pretty well. But yeah, we were going to do a little seafood combination, a little tang to it, a little Fra Diavolo. Just going to whip some spinach up for you. We had a chicken
Oh,
dish
love
with a little
spinach.
salad tossed on the top of it, and if we get to it, we have a little hors d'oeuvre hanging around we were going
Oh,
to make.
great.
I guess we could start with the seafood.
Okie dokie. I see
Got a little
food.
pasta cooked off once again.
Mhm.
Cook
Oh,
this
that looks
linguine.
nice.
Touch that
Yeah.
linguine. See how undercooked that is? We
Oh,
just
that
did
is.
it.
It's stiff.
Yeah, we've got some, but it's a real good grade linguine once again. We got rolling salted water, and we got a strainer. So we're going to get this dish going, but before we get it going, we're going to get that pasta, you know, into the, well, I won't do it right away, but I want to get that pasta in and out so there's not a ton of water into the dish. I've got to be very careful also with this calamari because that
Yeah.
gives off a lot of water. You know,
Right.
if you like it that way, fine. I don't want the thing real tight, the sauce, but you know, I don't want total waterama here, you know, aguification. But I've got a little starter I did on one of our prior shows. It's kind of a clam base to it. It's got celery and onion and garlic in it. It's processed celery and
Oh.
onion with some garlic, some clam juice, some white wine, and stuff like that. I'm going to use that as a base for this sauce here. Going to put a little bit of that in. It's got a touch of red pepper, as you can see. I can add a little more at the end. I just want to see where the seafood, the squid's going to take us. Then I've got some marinara sauce here. I mean, there's 90 varieties of this dish, but the thing I've got to be careful about is I want this dish a little thicker to start off with. I can always add a little sauce at the end and a little bit of this stock or this water at the end of the dish to if we feel like we have to loosen it up. I don't want it too loose right now.
Okay.
I don't want to screw loose right now. But I guess I'll take the time to put our pasta in. I'll put a little more than we need in. In fact, I'll just put all of it in.
Get rid of that.
Why I didn't put it in the strainer is beyond me. I'll attribute that to my severe illness. Stir that up while this sauce is getting going. Yeah, I hope it's one of these 24-hour deals, you know.
Oh boy.
That'd be
I
fun, right?
know.
you know, just
Well, that
I don't
would
wanna
really
be
be fun, but
3-day deal. Forget it.
no, that wouldn't be good.
All right, I want to get this to a rapid boil. This way, I know I can control how I'm going to cook the seafood. I got some crushed hot pepper. I won't make it too hot. I know you guys don't like it too hot. You can always add a little red pepper later on. Put a little parsley in there.
Well, there is someone in this duo who does like it too hot. It's not me.
You can always,
It's not me.
all right. Take this. I want to get rid of that now. The pot will be still be plenty hot for the dish. And probably be sticking together a little bit, but that's okay. I'd rather have that than dunk it in. The water is going to ruin the dish. All right, the scallops are a little larger. I'm going to toss them in first. I've got some clams, some scallops, some shrimp, and some calamari. These scallops are a little larger than normal.
Now, do they have a certain name when they become, like, you know, when they have sizes?
Clams.
Yeah, clams. Or is there a number, or how does that
there's a
work?
count per pound, just like on the shrimp. These are a little, actually they're a little larger than I like to have, a hair larger. But there's Dan, Mr. Micro again. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this way down. I'm going to add the shrimp in. I guess I can add the clams now. I can open them a little bit more. Come on, you dog. All right. I'll add these in right now. I'm going to wait a little bit on the squid, however.
And now I noticed the sauce has thickened up pretty considerably,
Yeah,
too.
the sauce is thick. We can work that at the end. We can work that at the end. Put the heat on the pan, see
Spinach
what kind
sounds
of...
like a good idea.
Yeah, I need my spinach today. I need my Wheaties. I need my spinach. I need a golf swing. But we get this spinach, and just to show you the type of time it takes. Somebody had told me some of these restaurants in Manhattan had started getting rid of spinach. It's just too fussy, between getting the sand out of it and
Oh, yeah.
plucking it and, having to do it to order, and it gets very cranky quickly. I mean, you do broccoli and some of these other vegetables, they can sit up a little longer. This is very, very fussy. However, we do it. So we took 90% of the stems on it. That would be a lot of stem that you would get from us. And it's all nice and leafy and washed. And what we do before we put it in a pan, the reason I'm doing this is my poor wife is going to get thrown under the bus again, as she just made some sauteed spinach at the house.
Oh, no.
Yes.
And what happened? She left the stems on? Not to your
No,
liking?
she took the stems off. I didn't have any of it.
Very good.
And I'm going to get the squid into the pan now. I had a buddy of mine, when I served him this, I guess he wanted lobster or something, but he referred to this as, "Isn't that bait?" Hi, Neil. Yeah, "Isn't that bait?" I said, okay. I'll put this in now. We're just trying to be gentle with it. Gentle, gentle. This is not exactly the kind of dish you want to make for 9,000 people. I mean, I've seen people make buckets of this stuff, but it's tough to get that restaurant look at home when you're doing this sort of thing. So now after the squid gets in, the clams are starting to sit up a little bit. Everything's getting cooked through kind of evenly. And we'll take a look at that sauce when we're through with it. I can always buff it up a little bit. I can always thin it out. So let's see how we're doing here. I'll finish that spinach while this is working. Babying this a little too much. I'm worried. I'm worried because of the, I don't have the water. I might have to go back over to the hot water if that gets a little too sticky.
Okay.
Once again, I'm pleading insanity today, folks. Not feeling too good. Who could I blame for that? I always have to blame someone, not
Oh.
me.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it,
Yeah.
right?
No accountability whatsoever.
That's right. You know it.
Don't we learn that in school?
That's right. All right, this is rolling along here, and while I'm doing the spinach, I'll let this simmer a little bit. Once again, with this type of product, I'd rather the food came back raw than back, you know, when we miss, if we're not going to be perfect, we want to mist on the underdone side. So I got a lot of not a lot, but some extra virgin olive oil here. I got some strings hanging here. I don't want a ton. We can always add a little more. We're going to take that wilted spinach, toss it in. I just don't want it coming out with big hunks of garlic in it, totally watered out. I'm not going to put any pepper on it. I'm just going to put some salt on it and some granulated garlic. This is pure granulated garlic, not garlic powder. Sounds like we need a little more oil there. Hear that noise kick up a little bit with the olive oil? Okay. And there it is. This is done. Just going to get that garlic and salt involved, coat the spinach, get it hot.
Oh, wow. That aroma is
But
out
that
of
little
this
step
world.
we took, you know, we didn't come with that seaweed where it's going to be mulchy, water, hunks of garlic. It's garlicky. You can smell it in there.
Oh,
They're
that's
nice
great.
leaves. There's not a ton of oil. It is glistening. You can use a butter if you'd like. But to me, I think I like the spinach like that. That's nice. But the key to the mint was the hot pan and breaking that spinach down a little bit instead of piling it up in a huge pan. This way it can come out nice and leafy. There's a little sauteed spinach.
Okay, are we ready?
I hope
You
so.
think?
Looks half human.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm scared if it looks half human.
Well, you can see where the sauce has loosened up considerably.
Yes, it has.
Right?
Now, is that all from the squid?
Nah, just all of it, mostly from the squid though.
Okay.
I did sneak a little bit more water on
Yes,
here. I
I
got
see.
nervous
It looks
about
good,
that.
though. Looks good.
All right, I'm going to get this to the plate.
Oh, nice.
I don't want to overdo it here with the carbs.
Mhm.
I wonder how with this whole carb thing, I wonder how the bakeries are doing. I wonder if the jelly donuts are flying.
I think people are just gonna
Keep it going?
Yeah.
Can't
Don't you
take away
think?
dessert.
No.
When we stopped in to see you on Saturday, Dan, my brother couldn't believe how good you're looking. He figured you lost a bit of weight.
A little bit. Dr. Atkins has helped me out.
Looks
Uh-huh.
A modified Dr. Atkins.
good.
Me, Dr. Atkins, and Junior. Junior's Sal. But I'll try these clams. I'll put them around a little bit here, right?
So you have to go a little light on the carbs so that you can make up the difference with the alcoholic
With
beverages.
vodka, right. Right, we don't want to get
That's
into the way
it
of the
works,
vodka.
right?
There we go. We got a few shrimp on here.
Dan overlooked those potatoes.
Yeah, you're right. Did anybody bother with the stuffed potato that we had that night when you were here?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, I like those.
We love your cooking, Dan.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Good time
We had a
all
good
Had
time.
a good couple of yucks, right?
Good time.
I'll tell you what. I might have to sneak this away from you guys. You're gonna have to be keeping your eye on me.
Uh-oh. I don't know
Greg's not
about
gonna let
that.
me off the hook on this one, huh?
No, I don't think so.
You
Uh-oh.
hold him, I'll hit him. He's weak right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, this looks good. I don't think your father-in-law's getting any of this, huh?
I don't think Greg's getting any of that.
Yeah, I know. I can see Janet's thinking, okay, send him out. I'll meet you later. All right, that sauce is okay. It's not real watery, but it's a lot thinner than when we first had it. And I'll put a little of this tangy sauce on here, flavored with our seafood. I mean, a lot of people really get involved. I mean, especially towards the holidays, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's very hard to get these. Like if you were doing a fish fillet with this, I could recommend like either poaching, grilling, or sautéing a piece of halibut or cod or whatever you like to use for your holiday treat. Get all this shellfish taken care of. Maybe I cooked it off and put it in the oven. Then take the fish fillet out and maybe cut it and maybe have it already portioned for everyone. maybe garnish the top of it with the fish fillet so it doesn't have to get glommed in with everything else. You know, you see that a lot, right? Especially in the Italiano zone. Look, the garnish fell right where we wanted it.
You know, I was going to say that was absolutely perfect.
Unreal. Maybe I should play golf today. Oh my God, this is the greatest game of my life. But there we have it, a little seafood carbonara combination with a little Fra Diavolo sauce.
Okay, what do we have next here?
Just
We've got
gonna
a
do a
couple of
little
different things.
Yeah, if we can get to it, I have a little hors d'oeuvre I want to make. It's one of my little favorites, a little tata before dinner with the martinis. I wanted to do a chicken dish where we were going to lightly bread it, saute it in olive oil, and toss a little arugula salad on top of it. A lot of people do that with a veal chop, they butterfly a rib chop. We're just going to do it with some chicken cutlets.
Okay.
So while I'm working along, I'll get this pan going. I'll get the pan nice and hot, so this way I'll toss the oil in and we'll be ready to rock and roll. I've got some eggs, some flour, got some chicken breasts. The chicken breasts, we've already taken the tenders off, and you know, you do different things with different pieces, I guess. And I feel like when you're breading something, it's critical to have it at the right thickness. Now these are flattened considerably down from something you'd buy in the supermarket, right?
Yes, they are.
You know, we can saute a chicken dish with some wine or something like that, and that works out pretty well when you're sauteing. But when you're breading things, and by the time the breading burns and stuff like that, you want to get this stuff in and out of the pan. You know, I'm not going to make these paper thin, but I want it where there's some balance. You don't want to take the chicken off undercooked. And I could put these on the board here, but I like the way it comes out. Of course, I'm not going to use this side. I'm going to flatten it with this side. You don't want to spank the bejesus out of it, but you know,
Not too much pressure, but
not too much pressure here. But you know, it's nice with the plastic. It slides. The only problem I'm going to have, you have to watch out for, is when you go to pick it up and bread it, that, you know, it's so thin, you know, it's tearing apart. If that's the case, I'll go get some more chicken. I dredge these cutlets into the flour and then the egg. But, you know, they're nice and thin.
Yeah,
They're not
they really are.
paper thin, but, you know, it's close. You know, you don't want it so doggone thin that you can't even taste it, or the chicken's going to get very dried out. These are about 1/4 of an inch thick, I want to say. Of course, I'm going to have to wash my hands in a minute. Sneak another plate over here. Beat the eggs up well. Coat all the sides. Try to do it with your hands. I mean, you can do it with a fork, but well, you ladies have those dragon lady nails now. And they don't want to. This is not the dish. You want to call your kid in to do the breading for you. If you got the, you know, Vixen of the Month nails.
no, but that's not in anymore now. Did you know that?
It's not in, thank God.
Thank God?
Yes.
You didn't like those?
Nah. I think I better head over to the sink here and get this gook off of me. Yeah, the old nail thing. You know, I like them done.
Mm-hmm.
But what's tasteful to one person, I guess, is something else to another. Some of these girls, though, they think that these big red nails are
Ooh.
guy magnets. I just don't get it.
No.
But, you know, whatever floats your boat, right? All right, we got these all breaded up. I think that pan should be hot enough now.
Okay, now I guess actually there's nothing in there.
Nothing in
is
there
it?
yet.
No.
Yeah, I didn't want
Okay.
to, using a nice olive oil here, and I didn't want to,
Get the pan nice and really hot before you put the oil in.
right.
Okay. And always place the food away from you.
Always away.
Always
you
away.
don't know that.
See, I remember some things.
I couldn't have put any less oil in there. I could have maybe waited a hair longer before I put the chicken in. I'm going to get a couple of paper towels on this plate.
And I think this is going to take on a nice golden appearance. Wow, you can see that already. That is looking really good.
These are going to cook. They're balanced. You know, you're not worried about the cooking the thick end and the thin end and all this other stuff. They're there, you know. They're perfectly flat, so you know the cooking time's going to be about the same. And there's not so much breading on them that their breading's burning either, you know.
Right.
These happen in 2 seconds. I turned it off. Pan's hot enough it'll drive it.
That was fast.
Yeah, this will happen in 2 seconds.
Great.
All of a sudden, if you know, the pan's not hot enough, the chicken's too thick, holy schmoly. This is a nice light little dish that can go get into the bad zone in a hurry. But that was it. I guarantee you this is cooked all the way through. So I'll get a nasty phone call from Greg if it's not. But all I'm going to do is pat it off. I'll leave this here for a second. It'll help keep it warm. And what I'm going to do is get our salad prepared.
Okay.
An arugula salad. Got a couple ingredients over here. I used to put some romaine lettuce in there. I got rid of it. That little piece is kind of hooky.
This is my lunch, Dan. On the break there, Janet says she's getting the fish dish.
She's getting the seafood, huh? Just keep your pitties off there, huh?
That's it.
All right, got a little arugula in there.
Yeah, you know what they say. I'm on a seafood diet.
Seafood, we eat it.
That's right.
All right. Got some radicchio. We made sure we took the time to make sure it's very bitter. You know, you don't want to eat a big clump of it like cabbage or something. And all it is going to accent the arugula. Well, you know what they have this weekend? I have some Bermuda onion. They have that the Oktoberfest up there in Germania Park. I gotta get up there to that. I got a couple bratwurst.
That's
Bratwurst up there with my
wow.
name on it. All right. We got our plate down here. Got the salad ready to rock and roll.
Okay. Wow.
There we go. We'll
Oh,
spread
that's
those
great.
out. Got the excess oil plate over here. We'll get rid of that. All right, let's get a little dressing on it. Got a little balsamic vinaigrette.
I love that.
I'll put the dressing on twice. It might be hard to hit it 2 times. You see how dry that is. I'll probably have to put more on. But all, you know, you just don't want to overdress it. I like doing this. I do a cocktail. I ice it 2 times. Salting large things 2 times. Hit it, taste it, do it again. But I think that's a hair dry, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, we're going to leave it dry. Put a little dressing on at the end for you guys there, but I would have added more dressing, but this is going to go out of the house later, so we'll add a little more dressing to it later on. Toss that all over the top. I'll tell you what, if these chicken cutlets are on the money, it's a good thing. Get a couple of these onions on there.
Oh, that looks good.
Then to finish this off, I like the chicken showing on the outside there. Okay. I've got some Parmesan cheese.
Oh,
Gonna get a little,
nice
little
touch.
little shaved Parmesan on here. All right.
Oh, beautiful.
There we go. We got a little chicken cutlet Milanese.
Very nice. Folks, thanks again for joining me this evening. And Dan.
I'm hurting.
I know, in Dan's dining room. As he
know what
goes to
happened.
sleep, and we're not going to be able to get a chance to review what we did in the kitchen.
What the heck?
Well, you've been.
I want to go right.
No. Well, you're hanging in there.
Yeah, I'm fine. You're listening
Well,
to me,
you're not
right?
exactly fine. I've seen.
We didn't win the
better.
war with my kind of attitude.
You know.
Yeah. Ow, I'm cut. Can I go home?
Well, you know it's really serious when you're not even playing golf.
That's the kicker here.
You know, folks, can you believe this? I mean, I can't believe it myself. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I can't go down there and make my donation to Kenny today. Kenny and the
just
Buckster.
Think about it. Yeah, just think about it. You'll be a little richer
That's
at
right.
the end of the
I'll have
evening.
a couple extra dollars to start Friday night. That's a good point. Maybe I can nap this off and hit
I
the gin
know.
rummy table later, though.
I
and
was
really
gonna say it's
light a
not
match
getting
to a
better,
couple
is it?
hunch, right?
Gosh.
All right, what do we got?
Okay, what do we have? Do you remember?
No,
Oh,
but we had the this fly flying around this sauteed spinach. We show you how nice and leafy it ended up, right?
Yeah, that was
We're not
really
talking
great.
mulch here. You know, I just love this sort of thing, non-water, perfect leaves. We did our seafood Fra Diavolo. That looks pretty doggone good. I'll tell you, that could be a little. Greg could have a little argument with you over that. I think he wants to snip a piece off.
I don't think so.
Got the shrimp scallops, the clams, and the calamari. And last but not least, we have our chicken Milanese over
That
the
is beautiful.
right with the arugula salad, arugula and friends tossed on it. Tell you what, I guarantee you, those chicken cutlets, even at room temperature later, they're going to be right on the money.
Okay, well, folks, excuse me. Thanks for joining us again this evening, and we hope next time when we see you, Dan will be feeling a little better,
A tad.
and the golf game hopefully will be resumed.
Yes.
Until then,
2 arms.
please take care, and we'll see you again next week.